Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Forex Technical Market Update for Monday, September 12th, 2016. Okay, in front of us, we have a chart of the euro, and I'm just going to do a follow up on the trades that we pointed out last week. I looked at some pivot points and I said if we do get some sell signals around these pivot points, then that's something that you should take note of. So let's reevaluate what has happened since then. The first one I looked at last week was the euro currency. I explained that the euro was coming up against resistance, monthly resistance, and also weekly resistance. And that monthly resistance number was in that 113.33 level. And the weekly numbers was up at the 113.18 or so level. And I said if we do get a sell signal, that should be paid attention to. Because also there was an area of resistance. There were some previous highs around this level. This high was at 113.40. So I said this is definitely something that you could look at if we do get a sell signal. And we did get a sell signal on the 4-hour chart. We got the sell signal a bit earlier on the hourly chart, and the market has been declining ever since. So we're just going to wait and see if this market declines even further. But that just shows you the power of combining pivot points along with these old resistance areas. Another chart, let's take a look at the Australian dollar. We almost a similar situation where I explained that the pivot point with this chart, the pivot point is definitely something that we should be keeping an eye on. And the previous high in the Australian dollar also was in this 77.50 level. Let me just put it. And we had monthly pivot point resistance. Now note this with this Australian dollar, it went up to this monthly pivot point level around 76.87. The market went up, looked like it was going to close, and then immediately turned around and gave a sell signal around the 76.40 level, and the market is currently at 7,500. So that's over 140 pips so far in this Australian dollar. So again, it demonstrates the power of using pivot points. Again, pivot points are calculated beforehand, and we see these pivot points before the price actually reaches there. So for example, this monthly pivot point of 76.87 was calculated at the beginning of or the end of September, or the end of August and the beginning of September. So this number was in place before the market traded around the level, and then now the market went up to that level and declined. Let's take a look at another example in the British pound, where the monthly pivot point market went up slightly above the monthly pivot point of 133.85, and we got a sell signal, and the market is currently at 133. So the sell signal came in around 133.86 or so, and we're at 133, so some 86 pips. So again, the power of using pivot points. All in all, we are still in, and I was just giving you that because pivot points is something you could definitely use in your trading, and it is a valuable tool if you decide to use it in your trading arsenal. But just remember, when you are taking trades and you are looking at trades, try to not just look at one piece of or one indicator. Look at multiple pieces of evidence to initiate a trade. For example, in the three trades I told you about a while ago, we had monthly pivot point resistance, weekly pivot point resistance, and a previous high. So those were 3 points that said that this area could be a resistance area, and that's where the market turned around. Looking at the euro is unchanged on the day. The euro is down, and now it's recovering slightly on the day. But this market is definitely trying to, I could see that the bulls are trying to rally the market and the bears are trying to keep it down. So we're still in a broader channel with the euro. If we do close above this 113.27 level, the next area of resistance will be 113.66. And the support area, major support, is at 111.23. So it will get more clues as to the overall direction of this currency pair depending on which way it closes. While the euro is unchanged, the Japanese yen is up slightly on the morning at 102.02, and the Japanese yen is showing strength, while the US dollar on a whole is kind of meandering and remains unchanged. Taking a look at support points in the Japanese yen, and we could be looking at a triangle here with the Japanese yen. So we could be at a point where this is a triangle in a downtrend, and we could break below, or we're looking for to see if we can break below this 198 level. There's a spike low down here. This was, I believe, was after the Brexit vote. So we'll like to close below that spike low also. That spike low comes in at 99.00, 99 flat. So we love to see if this market can trade below the 99 level. We're currently at 102.01, so that will be over 300 pips to the downside. So we are looking on that with the Japanese yen versus the US dollar. For members of the Forex income system, we are playing the Japanese yen against the Canadian dollar and also the British pound. Let me just quickly take a look at it. But the price action is almost similar, where we have a triangle in a downtrend here, and we are trying to break below this 77, 76 level with the Canadian dollar versus Japanese yen. For members in the Forex income system, you can check the latest portfolio update. It should be emailed to you along with this update, so you can just check that. And we have, for members also, we have some profit taking positions in the euro versus New Zealand dollar. So just keep an eye out on that. Looking at the gold market, we're declining slightly this morning. Gold is pretty weak at 1325. Next area of support is at 1300, and resistance remains in the 1352 level. With the Forex markets, we could be seeing some life breathe into this market again after pretty much the year so far has been, especially with the euro currency, the market has been moving essentially sideways. We opened the year at 108. The high on the year is 116, so 800 pips, and we're currently at 112.31. We're pretty much in the middle of the range for the year. So not a very active year with the euro versus US dollar. So we are expecting to see some fireworks towards the end of the year, because this consolidation pattern will not last forever, folks. And when it does break, we could expect to see some explosive growth. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you all have a wonderful trading day. If you want some more information on how to trade and how to use trend trading, use pivot points in your trading, you can click on the link below this video for the non-members, and look at the webinar. We are hosting a webinar. Sign up for the webinar, and you will see how you can improve your overall trading performance. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.